have just a few stocks on watch, nothing I'm too crazy about. The other week we were talking about YECO, YECO. Kind of made this pop up and failed. It's slowly downtrending today. It's opening around, come on, what's going on here? We're still trying to fill this gap below. Let's see, YECO had this gap fail. So I'm looking for it to come up to my price alerts here and get short around 7 and then ride it back down. So YECO we're looking at around 7. It's a short. I also have NBEV gap down the other day. I'm looking to get short around this 450 area. I have a price alert around 5, around 4 right now, just to see if it gaps up right now. You can also play it long up until those price levels. So if you look on the daily chart here, we're messing with this 385 level and this downtrend. If we break over 385, you have the potential to get up to 450, which is where I would like to take it short. So if it gets over 385, I have a price alert at 4. So if it gets over 4 and holds 4 and turns into support, I'm going to ride this up, possibly long if I like the setup. If I don't really like it, maybe I'll just let it grind up, and then once it hits this target here, then I'm going to pound it short. And I'm going to pound it short because of this gap close at this level. So in between 385 and actually, I mean 365 and 469, but if you play the wicks, in between 4 and 450. So we have NTNB next. MTNB, one of the top gappers for the day. Priced out at 159 pre-market, so I'm going to look for it to get up to about 150 and base my risk off of the high of day. So this is high 159 for the pre-market. So if it gets up there, I'm going to look to take it short. I'm going to also set an alert for the pre-market high, just in case I'm not watching it. So 159 is the high. Okay. Next on watch we have NK. NK I'm not really liking too much, but since it failed so badly here on Friday, you know, we went from about 350 down to 250. I have an alert up here around 365 with an ideal entry around this $4 mark, right where it failed. So as you can see, this company is just completely downtrending. They are coming out with some news, but I wouldn't invest in that company at all. Let's see, other than that, APTI, not really interested in it. It's a breakout. I mean, it's a buyout. So we have YECO. We'll go over them one more time before the bell. About 10 minutes to the bell, a little bit less. YECO, we're looking for it to fill this gap. Set an alert here at 625. In case it gets up to 625, I really want to see it around 7. I'm not going to take a long position on it just because I don't trust it. Alright, so let's see where YECO is trading. We're about 550. So we're below this $6 mark. You could play with a short around 6 if you wanted to, but the ideal entry is going to be around 7. So you play the $6 resistance, see if it holds. If it does and it rejects and continues in your direction, you know, that's great. But the ideal entry is 7. So if anybody else has anything on watch, let me know. other than that, I'm gonna take a break from the mic and answer any questions if you guys have them. If you have any stocks that you want to go over and share, probably gonna hop in the chat room here with Connor. Laura says, I can't tell what symbol stock that is, Laura. So you have a flat top breakout with a descending triangle, somewhat setting newer lows. So OPK is so you're looking at the daily. So you have resistance at 4. It's trading at about 330 right now. Just about setting new lows. Yeah, it's a slight downtrend with resistance over 4. So 350 might become a level just because it's been downtrending for so long. The ideal entry is going to be around this 4, but since it's below all these moving averages, I think 350 would be a decent low risk entry to get in. So yeah, we'll add that one to the list also. OPK at 350. It's a nice cheap stock that you can size up on. Alright guys, take a breath, relax, about 5 minutes to the bell. Alright guys, so there's the bell. I was watching AMRN. Had a nice gap down here. It's coming back up to this previous day close around 21. Looks like it's just going to get rejected here. So in at 382, risk over 20. Thought we were going to get a faster flush there. Just want to see it hold under 20. Ugh. That happened quickly. Alright, well, let's let this thing run. I should have been a little bit more patient. MTBN's down. The market's dropping. Not working in our favor though. It's a pretty big bounce on AMRN. In AMRN with this daily resistance overhead. Trying to just sit and watch and wait. Everything's red on the day. I'm hoping this also continues down. It's down 3% today. In at 60. It's kind of coming back up to my break even. Trying to ride this EMA on the 1 minute. It's over its opening price. What I was looking at too is all this support where it traded, it's coming up and it's hitting this support from underneath. So I mean, it could come through. I'm going to take some here. There's a good move. There we go. There we go. Alright, took 2/3 back. I might just take all of it here. $86, $81. There we go. There we go. There we go. And take some more there. And the rest I'll just be patient. 56 shares. So not done. Not done for the day. So that was a pretty good rejection, so I'd like to see it now just hold underneath a level lower than this. Luckily I'm in at 2060, so I'm in like way up here. I'm not going to let it go against me, but if it does come up here, I might add. Oh, about break even for the day. I probably took that second lot off too quickly. I might have taken the first one off, and that had to do with, you know, dealing with my P&L. So I could have been holding an extra 100 shares here. We'll see what happens at 19. I have a price alert here to re-short it. Actually, this was going to be an entry. So there's our price alert. That if it gets below 19, it might be weak. Down almost 10% for the day. So if it bounces here, might want to take it off. If it follows through here, we can add. So let's see, that add I got filled at 92. I'm going to be a little faster to take this off just because we're starting to get extended. But this thing does move. I don't want to get too greedy. And fingers on the trigger. Alright. So I might have taken it before the panic all the way down to 18, which would have been another $300, but it just started looking like it was gaining some support here momentarily. Could have just been, you know, shorts like me taking profits, but with bigger accounts. So I'll definitely keep this on watch, maybe for the VWAP fade up here. I don't think I'll want to get in around 19 unless I'm going to go long. And it might not come back up to this entry, but in the meantime, a price alert will work fine. Just under 1950. Okay. So we have NBEV here, maybe trying to get support around this mark. The SPY definitely helped us out with our last trade. That's really the only reason that I took it. Connor says, yeah, let me see if I can patch him in here. So his AMRN's back, staying around 19.
High, maybe a high somewhere at 9. It'll be lower than this previous one, and then it will downtrend from there. But probably a VWAP fade setup off of NIHD here. I definitely like the price point on it. Good morning, Blake. How's it going, dude?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so NIHD, I'm gonna actually get an order ready for this as it's kind of coming up to the middle VWAP here. I'm going to look to take entry at 7.9, and I'm going to probably risk 1% off VWAP itself. So up to about 8 is my risk. 801 will be my actual risk. I'm actually going to take, yeah, this is going to come up. So I'm going to wait till 7.9. So I'm curious how many shares I can take here. So we're going to just start with like 200 shares and see how that looks. And we want a limit to that. Oh, yeah, limit sell at 7.9. I'm not short. All right, so hopefully that hits for us. So then now that so it looks like I actually do have about 17,000 to play with. I don't know why my live equity is different. But my open buying power has changed from position. How much is this position? They're not telling me yet.
So far it's been a good take on AMRN, sitting flat on that, getting us back to break even. If it holds under 19, it might be a decent short, but I'd still look for it to come back up and test either the vwap or the 1950 area. Shorting it at 19 is a little bit too close to this pivot point, but it looks like it wants to continue further.
You don't think after that massive crackdown though it's gonna try to cover some of that?
It just paused at 19 for the last like 5 minutes. So I think there were people taking.
And it looks like 21 had resistance maybe too.
Yeah, on the daily it was trading sideways there for a while. All day yesterday it was at 21.
So what actually I'm liking AMRN's pattern. If it kind of pulled back within like a 5-minute candle to the VWAP, it wouldn't have been as pretty. So if it keeps I would like it to kind of keep consolidating around like 1860s and then come back to maybe bust through the EMA, not even find support on EMA, just charge through it, hit VWAP, and then get rejected. All right. So I'm gonna just kind of go through my watch list here. CB.
It's a pretty nasty fall on the market. Staying red. I guess it's not that bad, but it's just downtrending.
Yeah.
Low for the market is going to be around 270
today. Does it have that kind of range?
No, not today. Just like a critical level for it that we've been playing.
We've seen it move $5 in a day.
Yeah.
But that was kind of with like.
Yeah, the ceiling is around 280 for the market, which it fell short of yesterday, which is why it might be pulling back now and finding a newer low.
Oh wait, cool. So my order on NIB filled. I might actually look to add here. Yeah, so my risk was 801, so I'm gonna add 200 more shares here. So now I'm in 400 shares, risk at 801. Watching, man, it's been a while since I've done this. It's been a week, so I'm really glad I'm trading on this secondary. Looks like we just just jumped up to 8. Got rejected heavily. That's a nice rejection. I'm gonna take 200 more shares short here. Now I'm in 600. Average position size is 793, and we're gonna look for a crack through down the VWAP and come down to like the 765, 775 area. So I'm really liking my position, guys. Now it's starting to work for us here, and we are 600 shares short. And we're gonna let the trade work for us here. Average position here.
Damn, that was it.
On what play?
So I'm watching AMRN here, maybe for a failed breakout test of the VWAP, 1950 area. Ideal would be around 20, a break of the VWAP and then a fail of continuation.
AMD's dropping. It's not even on my watch list today, but we'll look at it.
I would totally buy the dip AMD for longer term investment. I haven't mapped out anything yet, but
I don't know why. There we go. Oh yeah, just if you can get AMD down at 20, like that's just a good buy. That's just a good deal. Like trading on technicals for day trading is ideal, but like sometimes when certain opportunities present themselves, fundamentals like should be taken into account heavily. Like AMD's not, it's gonna stay above $20. So if you can get it at $20, all right. I would love for Thinkorswim to load my charts so I can watch this trade. I'm gonna
so AMRN holding over 19 for now. Trying to gain some traction. I don't see it going red on the day. I mean, I don't see it going back to green.
Yeah.
We'll see. And I mean, I just took a position short, and I'm kind of regretting it because I did exactly what I didn't want to do, and I jumped in a little too soon, a little too close to the pivot point where my alert appears at 1950, and I'm in at 19.
Oh yeah.
Because it looked weak.
What why do you think you were too eager to get in on AMRN?
It just showed a little sign of weakness. I think it's weak on the daily. I mean, it's super strong, but it's on a pullback, and it needs to pull back. I thought it was going to drop under that 19 area, and it's not. So it's turning it into support. See what happens up here.
Wow, AMD still going down under 20s. This is, I wonder how, like, I guess what you would do now is because AMD is crashing like this, instead of trying to like predict where the reversal is going to happen, it's good just to let it make its like start to recover, and then you can look to get in on your own. So like right now, just because it's pulling back to like the 1920 like 20s, doesn't mean it's done failing. Like for all we know, it could go down to like $19. So you want to kind of wait for it to like start confirming higher highs and then look to like kind of get the dip buy. So while you don't capture that first like 15-20% of the move, you get a confirmation that it's going to be in your favor.
Yeah, AMRN looks like it wants to go up a little bit. The spread's tightening.
All right, so I haven't been able to look at NIHD, but it didn't make the move I needed to make. It didn't really reject off the VWAP. It's still kind of looking like it might try to. It is setting a little bit of a lower high here, so I'm gonna kind of see what it wants to do. I don't want to see it over 788 anymore. Like my risk due to the pattern has kind of adjusted from 801 down to 789. I think the volume's really low. I think that's making a kind of a noticeable, just incredibly low volume on this, guys. So, all right, once again, we're finally kind of seeing a crackdown on the VWAP here on NIHD, and then looking at AMRN as well. AMRN just came back. Talk to me about your entry, Blake, because I am just now able to see the chart.
I'm still at 19. I missed an add point that would have brought me to break even right now, but it looks like it's riding up the 9 EMA on the 1 minute.
This is a double test of the VWAP here, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
The EMA feels strong.
My ad is at 1950 with a tight stop.
And you went what, like half position or full, or did you go in?
No, it's just a starter, quarter size.
At 19.
At 19, yeah.
Was it after you saw that red candle crack?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just because the market's down, everything's down.
Yeah.
Except for this.
Yeah. NIHD is working for me just a little bit here. Yep. So just the way AMRN consolidated right there at 920, that consolidation gives it kind of the strength to keep, like, it's almost like a bear flag pattern if you look, whereas like I don't think it's going to respect the VWAP much. You're pretty close to your add point here. Are you looking to still
play? Yeah, I just added.
This is looking nice. Oh, there you go.
I'm not going to let this position go any higher against me than 1950. I'll cut it there, and then I'll look to add again later if it goes that way.
That's definitely the better idea, is just to cut your losses and re-enter the position as a fresh trade. Because the alternate is bag holding through it and like losing any profit you're going to make and then hoping to break even.
Yeah, my average is 916. I didn't get the best fill. I might take off the ad that I just added. I might take it off break even just to reduce risk because it's kind of grinding.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. NIHD is also starting to it just kind of gapped up pretty heavily, but the volume's so low on NIHD that it feels like I don't think I would be trading this if I realized the volume was so low. But yeah. I was just kind of excited to.
TLRY was the play today.
If wheat stocks are the play anymore.
Dude, Tilray was it.
Why? What makes you like Tilray?
It went from 116. It's down 8 points.
But it had that kind of range yesterday. Yesterday's low was 105. It made it up to 119. If you compare that, like today is just a little baby brother day. Or it might turn up to be a massive day. But it with an intraday range of $15, not bad.
Yeah, it still has room.
Yeah, so I wouldn't take. I mean, you got previous day, like right before close, you have lows at like 108. That could be resistance to this current downtrend. You could see yesterday's low a day at 105.28, or anything in between that, really, for it to reverse. You can also see it make a pullback and keep a downward continuation going. So I think it's something I'd set some alerts for right now, and then come back to it like when those go off. So I'm going to set one if it gets above EMA. I'm going to set one at VWAP, and I'm going to set one if it gets lower. I like 108. NIHD trade is basically like toying with me here. Um, didn't at all see kind of the fail I wanted to see.
I just got a little bit of selling come through. It looks strong though.
On NIHD.
I'm looking at AMRN.
Okay. Taking 300.
You're in NIHD right now? There we go. There we go. There we go. Big support. Taking some off there at 19, back in the green. Not even quarter size. Average 916. I can add it back when 19 cracks if it does for AMRN. Because if it pivots here at 19, definitely not going to like it because I think it'll go to the upside. I have the opportunity to flatten this position even right now, but
I think you probably should. I think I'm probably looking to go long AMRN here. I was
really
gonna see
over
if this,
19.
yeah, if this downtrend, I was gonna let it kind of continue. I wanted to see it maybe like get down to like 1875 and then go long on it. I want to see it set a higher low than its previous, which it's kind of doing right now with this bottom out. Yeah, I'm gonna take a small starter AMRN here of 200 shares.
Long?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why is there's kind of a wedge pattern forming between the VWAP. Like it tested the VWAP a lot more than once. Um, we did finally see that crackdown, and that was kind of like the crackdown I needed to like find my entry, I think. So I did take a loss on NIHD as it set a higher high. I immediately just got out for a loss of about $40, which is nothing. Um, I had to get out immediately when the pattern broke. So I'll be looking to cut losses under 19. Average price as it is 1912, and gonna look possibly to take a little bit at the VWAP if we add in over EMA. Yeah, I feel like you managed your AMR or your AMRN trade pretty well so far with your like scaling down your sizing and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so retest the 19. Oh, and that would be not good. Great for you. We're hedged against each other, which is solid.
I was able to add at 19.
200. Oh, you
So the target now is 1850. Unless it sets a lower high.
I think it's got momentum behind it for a second. Oh, what up, HTZ? Sorry, Noah. It's just I've been really just actually like enjoying trading. It's crazy. I haven't had anything take my mind out from like dwelling on itself in a while, and I'm completely engrossed in the market. HTZ. Uh, Pretty good intraday range, about 80 cents so far. Lighter volume with huge candles makes me want to say like Yeah.
It's a hidden buyer at 1880.
And AMRN.
Yeah. Lots
It's
of
looking, dude, it's
1880
looking
prints, and it's
so
not
healthy
going
here.
anywhere.
I should probably cut and look for a re-entry. I'm down about $60. I don't know. I'm really honestly like being able to trade and talk through stocks and like actually take positions, but like see, I needed to cut this. This is or I needed to have like a respect the loss, so I would actually respect because this is a re-entry I could have taken. So now I'm gonna look just for a micro pullback to probably cut my AMRN loss. And you're still in the trade, right? You re-added at 19.
Added at 19. I took it 82.
But you told you said you wanted 850, didn't you?
Yeah, I still have a piece of it for 1850, but it slowed down a lot there.
Yeah.
At 1880, I saw that hidden buyer. I just saw a lot of 1880 on the tape and nothing else moving.
So Noah, what I tend to like with stocks is a very high volume, but a relatively low float. And what that means is there's liquid date, like there's enough people trading it, so like every price point should be respectful. Um, I'm gonna add. Damn, I really should have closed my AMRN out and probably re-added down there. You still like it short?
Starting to not trust it. It's getting choppy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm holding short until I see a trend reversal. We're still seeing higher volume on the sell-off candles.
Yeah.
And I mean, this thing really doesn't have much underneath it here on the daily. This pullback has been needed for a while. It's on a fifth day.
I feel like it could pull all the way to 17 though, and kind of find that simple moving average support on the 180 day. I will say it's much nicer having someone to kind of like talk through what they're seeing.
Yep.
So you're still in your AMRN trade with an average of around 1910?
Yeah, 1908. Pretty big seller on it.
Yeah, I honestly like.
There we go.
I've been kind of just trigger happy on trades today, but I'm a-okay with that because I'm not really like today wasn't a day for me to like come in and like beat myself up over anything. Like today was just a day to like sit down in front of the screen again and just kind of like reacquaint myself with my trading setup. And
I almost like Tilray for a bounce here based off of yesterday's. So do we add here? Do we cover?
1850, it's down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take that.
I think I probably should have covered forever ago.
I didn't have a big enough size to scale out there, and I was impatient on my first take. I knew that was my profit target, and I just didn't take it. So I'm going to take a little small tester of AMRN. I'm sorry, Tilray. You said it has a 15-point ATR?
What is ATR?
The average range, the average true range of the stock, like where it normally
That was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it moved $15, like in a matter of like 45 minutes.
Oops.
More, yeah, in a matter of an hour it moved $15.
Shoot. I think I just lost my monitor here. There we go.